Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. It's about this time on Wednesdays, we spend a little time with our friend and attorney for the injured, Bruce L. Scheiner. It's called Ask the Lawyer. And maybe today's the day your question gets a little attention, something that you've submitted. And if you want to know how to submit a question, I'll tell you about that coming up momentarily as well. But first, would you please help me welcome attorney for the injured, Bruce L. Scheiner. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Todd. How are you doing this morning?
Very well, thank you. How are you and yours?
We're all doing great. Thanks for asking.
Good. That's what I like to hear. It seems like things might be starting to turn the corner a little bit, but we still got to be safe and we still got to be cautious.
Yeah, I certainly hope so.
Yeah. Well, I need you, and I know you can do this, to give us all the compassion you can muster today for a very sensitive question. I know in the past you've always been able to do that, though. So are you ready to get into it?
I am ready, Todd.
All right, let's see what this email says. It says, when I was 12 years old, I attended a church-owned camp and was sexually assaulted by one of the youth ministers who worked at the megachurch that owned the camp. I have suppressed this event's memory and trauma for the last 10 years, but now I feel I should do something about it. My fiance thinks I might be out of luck because it was so long ago. Can you ask your lawyer friend if there's anything I can do? Well, Bruce, it's about to embark on marriage and start a life with this woman. This is something that definitely needs to be dealt with. What do you make of this?
What I think of it is fortunately, some years back, the legislature had removed statute of limitations against sexual assault of minors.
Okay.
So this person, still has the right to bring an action against the church for improper sexual assault or sexual contact.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very important that, he contacts a lawyer experienced with those things as soon as possible. And, this is a terrible problem in our society today.
Yes.
It extends out to all different types. We have cases where, I hate to even say it, but women get raped in the hospital by male employees.
Right.
People go to the doctor or dentist's office and are improperly sexually attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And in my belief, the only way to stop it is to, take a strong position against it. So, these sexual predators, will be afraid of the consequences.
Yes. Either that or the organizations that end up hiring these predators will do a more thorough background check, make sure that they're putting only people on staff who are adequately qualified, let's say.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because I found that in a lot of these cases, it's not the first time, and if the employer didn't hire them, it wouldn't have been able to happen.
And that was a question we were kind of bantering about in the studio here before we chatted with you. Just kind of hypothetically, if the church that employed this person had done a very, very thorough background check, and this is something that was very well hidden, would that mitigate the situation, or are they still responsible, perhaps?
Well, it all depends on the facts of, what they knew and what they should have known, and
right.
how they could have prevented it.
Right.
But, most of the times it's not the first time that a perpetrator has done something like this, so a careful check will usually bring something up and put you on notice that you shouldn't hire that person.
And I think all too often, too, organizations may be desperate to fill a position, will give somebody the job, even though there may be, let's just call it, a blemish on their record. And that needs to stop entirely.
It certainly does, Todd. It's a very problematic.
Well, you mentioned dealing with an attorney that has experience with this, and I know that you have, in your 50-plus years of experience, encountered this actually way too often, but you have dealt with this plenty of times.
Yes, we have, Todd, and it's some real sad cases. We had a case several years back where a girl moved into town to live with her grandparents, and she went to the church seeking counseling, and a member of the church took advantage of her and, had sexual relations with her. And, you just got to be on guard all the time.
Absolutely do. Well, hopefully this will provide some direction for this young man. And like I say, getting ready to start a life with a woman and embark on matrimony, this is the kind of thing that needs to be dealt with now, not down the road. And you sound encouraging, I guess I could say, Bruce, that he does have some avenues to pursue.
Yes, they do. And, again, I vehemently urge them to pursue them, so that it discourages these type of actions in the future. Right.
Do it for yourself, whoever you are, and do it for anybody in the future that you might be able to protect from this. That's the way to look at it.
I agree, Todd.
I want to thank you so much for weighing in on this today, as you always do. Thank you for your compassion as well. I'll give everybody the contact information here in just a second, but I know you're busy, so I'm gonna cut you loose. Thank you so much, and we look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you, Todd. I look forward to it as well.
Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's give it up for Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Now, if you would like to send a question like you just heard to be answered by Bruce, you're welcome to through our website. Just go to kickscountry929.com. kickscountry929.com. The keyword to put in the search box is Bruce. Or you can call the Port Charlotte office. They'll be glad to talk to you, help you out with a free consultation. 941-743-7777. 941-743-7777. And tell them Todd Matthews sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.